Samsung has around a dozen phone series, and somehow they're all Galaxy phones. Some are cheap, some are premium, some don't even exist anymore. So today, let's finally answer one question most people never get a straight answer to. What does each Samsung Galaxy series actually mean? The Galaxy S series. The S series is Samsung's backbone. This is the line Samsung uses to compete directly with the iPhone. These have the best cameras, best performance, best software support. The S series is probably the most maximalist Android phones get without turning to outright specs obsession like some Chinese phones do. This also where Samsung shows the very best they can do, both in terms of hardware stuff like the very best high brightness, 120Hz LTPO Super AMOLED displays with anti-reflective coatings and titanium frames, to the best software features like Galaxy AI. Here's looking at you, Apple. Think of the S series as Samsung's definition of flagship, and if you want the best of the best in a traditional phone, that usually means the Ultra, although they do also have the base version, which has 90% of the S series experience, and the Plus version, which is just the base version except a bigger screen and bigger battery, while the Ultra maxes everything to 100 and adds an S Pen. And talking about the S Pen, we gotta talk about the Note series. The Galaxy Note series was once even more maximalist than the S series, tailor-made for power users. Big screen, S Pen, multitasking, productivity over pocketability. For years, the Note was Samsung's true flagship. So what happened? It didn't die, it was absorbed. The DNA of the Note lives on in the Galaxy S Ultra, which is why the Ultra has the S Pen, the squared-off design, the do-everything attitude. The Note just became redundant. Now, if we're talking about all the flagship series, we can't forget the Z series. Now, if the S series is Samsung's safe flagship, the Z series is Samsung's ambitious one. And this is where the Fold and the Flip, and recently the Z Trifold, live. These phones are Samsung's future bet. They exist to push form factors forward, to make phones which can fold, flip, and basically become a tablet, even though they do not have the best camera sensors or the ultrasonic fingerprints like the S series. But they are truly advancing phones, and maybe, who knows, one day we may have phones which can, act as everything from a phone to a tablet to a computer. And that's why Z-series phones cost more, compromise on battery or cameras, but still get flagship chips and displays. And while they make these ambitious phones, they also make phones for the people who want most of the flagship value at a lower price, with the FE series. FE stands for Fan Edition, but realistically it means something else. Last year's flagship made cheaper. FE phones take the core experience of the S series and remove the most expensive extras like the Snapdragon chip, LTPO, and 200-megapixel cameras. But same overall feel, same software support, slightly cheaper materials. This is Samsung saying, you don't need everything, just the parts our fans love the best. And for a lot of people, FE phones hit the sweet spot. But once you move below flagship territory, Samsung's lineup changes completely with the Galaxy A series. If you look at sales numbers worldwide, the A series is Samsung's flagship. These are the phones most everyday people actually buy. The A series focuses on good displays, decent cameras, reliable performance, and super aggressive pricing. They're not flashy, not experimental, just balanced, just works. If the S series is Samsung's image, the A series is Samsung's business. And below that balance, Samsung splits again, because then comes the Galaxy M series. The Galaxy M series exists for one reason: battery and price. These phones are usually cheaper than A series, bigger batteries, fewer premium features. The M series is designed mainly for online-first markets, where people care more about endurance and longevity than build quality or cameras. They're not bad phones, they're just optimized differently. But it doesn't stop there, because the M series has its twin, the Galaxy F series. The Galaxy F series is where people get angry in the comments, because honestly, it's confusing on purpose. Most F phones are rebranded A or M phones, sold through specific retailers or regions. Same hardware, different name. They do this to control pricing, avoid direct comparisons, satisfy retail partners. It's messy but strategic. Now let's talk about the phone Samsung actually killed, the Galaxy J series. This used to be Samsung's budget king. Years ago, if you wanted a cheap Samsung phone, it was probably a J, but over time, the A and M series replaced it completely. So Samsung quietly discontinued J without much announcement. If you still see a J phone today, I do, it's a reminder of how Samsung's lineup evolved. But not all niche phones disappear, because they've built something to last, like literally, with the Galaxy XCover. This series is not for normal consumers. These phones are rugged, water-resistant, drop-resistant. It's an out-and-out rugged phone. They're built for factories, construction workers, enterprise use. They don't chase specs or aesthetics. They chase durability over anything. And finally, one of Samsung's most forgotten series, the Galaxy C series. It was a short-lived lineup, mostly focused on performance and metal builds, especially in Asian markets. It never went global, it never caught on, so Samsung shut it down quietly. But it shows something important. Samsung constantly experiments. Only the strongest lineups survive. If you liked this breakdown, you'll probably enjoy a video I made on Apple's most original iOS features that everyone copied. It's on screen right now. And if this helped you understand Samsung better, consider liking the video and subscribing. And please consider turning on notifications. I keep making stuff like this.